You are living.
Our documentary is called Asking for Sex.
Let's introduce everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait for Andrew. Wait for Andrew. Introduce with him, including. So yeah, you can describe.
So hello everyone. This is us at our studio. This is a post-scarcity art podcast, and we're here in the studio with a bunch of Siberian, Ukrainian, Belarusian, and American guys, and we're gonna talk about nomadism. What is this? This is the movement that has been growing and expanding throughout the world. How we define nomad? What is digital nomad? Let's talk about this. I'm here, my name is Ira, and here I have the studio Alexander, Kirill.
Hi guys.
Sergii.
Hi.
Elise, you can see her later. Andri, this is Andri.
I'm ex-digital nomad.
We're
Ex-digital nomad.
ex-digital nomad. So we're here in the studio in the center of San Francisco. We're gonna.
But let's sit in a way then we are.
Yeah,
all
we're gonna eat and talk. This is another dining room session.
So maybe we can see it,
Yeah.
like, closer to the camera. Maybe we can even rotate the camera a little bit.
Let's go down right here.
Do you wanna? I wanna sit on this chair, mate. Can I?
Sure.
Or maybe Andrew can sit there.
I'm still not in the camera for some reason. Okay, cool. So no, I mean, like, we all should sit. You.
No, Andrew.
Yeah.
Still finishing my meal and then I'm joining you guys.
And Ira, you will sit here.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here.
Okay.
So hello.
So yeah, so I propose to do like round introduction,
Yeah.
starting with Alexander.
Why?
Just like, like it's easier to start from that side.
Let's.
Okay, I can start.
Yeah.
So my name is Sergii, and I am right now in San Francisco, and I'm so happy about that. But I'm also considering joining this nomad movement pretty soon, and I'm like discovering this topic right now with my friends, and my friends actually might join all this initiative, and I just want to understand from myself and just for the world, like what is this? Like, what is digital nomadism? What is nomadism? And what is the proper or not proper way to do it? How does it change your life? And yeah, I have another questions. So yeah. Next.
Kirill. Yeah. So friends of Sergei and Ira, met them a year ago. Pretty awesome people. Pull up on all the projects and inspired me about this new lifestyle change. Just actively exploring that, and that's pretty much it. Here in San Francisco as well, doing some art and visual effects for movies.
Yeah. Pretty awesome and coincidence that we're both from visual effects background.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
Next one. Am I the next one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I am Andrei. I am a CEO of company blockchain related stuff here in San Francisco. I think I became digital nomad before it was cool. So I'm already retired. I'm currently live here, but I've spent a fair amount of time traveling and freelancing from all the weird locations, including mountains without internet coverage and islands in Asia and so on. get some experience and how to do it right.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Ira. I'm the culturologist. This is the third. Yes. So I'm not a digital nomad yet, but this is the third country I'm living in. The first country was Belarus for 18 years. Then it was Ukraine for 10 years, and here I am in Silicon Valley for 2.5 years already. Please.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. I'm from Russia, actually from Siberia. I'm former politician. I'm former chairman of political parties. I involved in election campaigns, a lot of election campaigns. Last 2 years, 10 years, more than 10 years. Yeah, I start to.
Shit, what's going on?
What's it?
Wait. Something is
Okay.
going on. It's probably this
Are we online?
OBS.
Sorry.
Let's try to restart this thing. Always technical details. EOS. Okay, so should work.
We're in there.
Kirill, can you or Sneha, can you please check that it's working?
On the computer.
But it should work. I mean, like,
Are you eating spaghetti?
I already. It's good.
Mm.
yeah. Let's
See,
make sure it's
turns out
working
well.
and continue with introduction.
Lots.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
It's a KGB.
Yeah, we're transferring to a KGB directly.
I finally found it.
It's either KGB or another
Working?
three
Okay,
letters.
okay. So yeah,
But
so it's working. So you can continue this introduction.
Okay. And finally, I'm from opposition, and when I've been against Putin and protest rally organize and election control and watching and everything, a lot of stuff. And finally, I must leave Russia. They try to arrest me. I don't want it. And I've been in Ukraine half year of 2015, May to November, almost December. And I work with Michael Saakashvili, he's the governor of Odessa region, former president of Georgia. Finally, a lot of things why I leave Ukraine. It's a legal status, I have no visa, work permit or something like this to live in Ukraine illegally. And I hopeless maybe for reforms after Maidan, after Odessa, because we think we change the world, it's everything, it's amazing, we might a new region, new Ukraine right now, but finally more than 1 year after I leave Ukraine, nothing good happen, except free visa Schengen for Europe, you know.
this is what the main reason of Maidan actually.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like 100% what we wanted to
It's
do.
just useless. And I change mind and want to leave Ukraine. And I choose United States, not Europe, because Europe is it's like a slum. It's nothing happened in Europe, but United States and actually California make a future for our planet. Everything, electric cars, solar panels, internet, Facebook, live stream, everything from Silicon Valley, from
Yes, it's
California.
Yeah.
And I choose this one, and I want to change direction. When I leave Ukraine, I have no visa. it's the reason why you found me. I've been in immigration jail in New Jersey. I asked asylum in the border control. I fly to Mexico, buy a ticket to Mexico. It's free visa for native Russian, Ukrainian, for few countries. And I ask officer on border control, give my passport, my Siberian passport, and I ask political asylum in the United States. Actually, more than 1 year ago, it's happened at December 2nd, 2015. I never speak English. I just know a couple of words, like, well, London is the capital of the Great Britain, from study books in school. And I've been arrested, like immigrant, in immigration jail. It's a special conversation about American law in immigration jails. I have a huge web post about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't write about corrupt inside, about how it's work. It's stupid. And absolutely I'm liberal. I am against Trump. I'm for Hillary and liberal thinking. But we need to change immigration laws. Needed special reforms, need a wall, I'm sure. I know all guys who got asylum. I know all immigrants. I've been arrested 9 months and changed a couple of states, couple of jails, and we need to change it. We need to change the law.
Do you plan to work as a human rights activist
Yeah,
in
it's
America?
it's my first original plan. When I leave, I try to involve any human rights organization like Kasparov Foundation, it's Human Rights Foundation, based in the Empire State Building in New York. Human Rights First, it's a volunteering NGO for support immigrants, and any different place. And I got invite to election campaign from Boston, and I tried to apply for Medusa, like Veduta, you know, it's a Medusa, it's a media.
Yeah.
It's a Russian media? Okay.
It's based in Washington DC right now. It's English Medusa.
Oh, English with this.
English Medusa. It's Russian media, but it's English. And finally, I start closely looking and reading about high tech, about what happened in the world, and for last 2 years, maybe how I said before, change everything for mind. Elon Musk and people like him change everything. Electric cars and future is coming very fast.
Solar panels, sustainable energy, sustainable food production, everything is changing.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes,
Yeah.
virtual reality.
And Neuralink.
Keywords.
Neuralink.
Oh yeah.
Who finished with this
Blockchain.
article? And
Let's talk about bitcoins.
wait by
No, Neuralink.
who finished this article? Wait by why? It's a huge article about magic cap, about Neuralink. It's a very huge, very interesting article.
So what do you think about Neuralink?
It's a future. You can change it.
What is
happened.
What is Neuralink? I don't know.
I guess you're talking about Neuralace.
No.
No, it's a new company of Musk.
Neuralink?
Neuralink.
Tell me about it, please.
It's just interface between your neurons, your synapse,
Brain.
your brain,
Yes.
and machine.
So, are you saying that I'm hooked to a machine?
It's here terrible, yeah, I know.
So currently our
For what?
speed of interaction with computers are limited by our ability to read letters and type. Neuralink will significantly speed up the speed of getting information from the internet, the speed of information exchange with computer by connecting your brain directly.
Not only, it's like telekinetic. If you move any objects with motors, or telekinetic.
Oh my god,
Telepathy
Teleportation, yeah.
between two minds. Except voice and hairs.
Your
Just
brain will be
brain
connected
to
to the
brain to
internet
brain.
directly.
So I feel that people who use this will actually invent, time machine or something like that, right? Because right now we are evolving so slowly, so that's why we are still not there. We just started to develop like flying cars, self-driving cars.
Of course.
But it's pretty slow.
It's a very huge term. It's a special conversation about this. It's very interesting. Just guys, you can open a website. It's Wait by Why, and on top, last month it's on top this article about Neuralink. Just read it. It's a very long read. Very long read.
I think I have it on my laptop here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go back to digital on just nomadism. So like
yeah.
I want to hear like opinion like how this nomadic lifestyle how it can be like actual right now, because from what I know only like people in Mongolia I think live in this like lifestyle by default, like so all of us were living this lifestyle, right? Before becoming like civilized or something like that. So why people are talking about this right now, and how can it like change our life? So let's Andrew. What do you
Okay, I
think?
think it's just a buzzword. Actually, a lot of people. So this lifestyle became possible since the emergence of internet and ability to work online. If all job that you do is done through the computer, there is no longer you no longer needs to stay in one geographical location. It doesn't matter anymore where you're based as long as you're connected to the internet. So which means that you
I
can.
think it's not only about jobs, so it's also about the transportation and accessibility. Like, let's say 50 years ago, it would have been impossible for you to buy a ticket in the airplane, affordable ticket to go like anywhere in the world. Right now, there's abundance of this ticket and ease of transportation, and you can go. And people like even who don't have a job online, they like travel more with more ease. And so there are some people who take this, they collect money and they go travel for 1 year, like 100 countries or something.
Because not only online job, right? You can do, let's say, I
This
don't
whole
know,
infrastructure.
you can do welding, whatever. You
Then
can like
it's no
build
longer a
houses.
digital nomad.
Yeah. That's why today's topic is nomads and digital nomads, not only digital. So because let's say you're also Alexander, right? You're pretty much like nomad rather than digital nomad. Right?
So some of us nomads by choice, some of us nomads
Well, by
by
definition,
no
nomad
choice.
Nomad is someone who is always moving.
Yeah.
If you just came to other country and settling there, it's an immigrant. It's not a nomad.
Expat.
No, expat is also kind of immigrant, right?
Yeah, expat is the guy who decided to move from more developed country to less developed, and
To
settle
to
there.
save money or
No, to have easier life, simpler life, I'd say.
Well, so okay, this is bringing another interesting question. How often do you need to move to be considered as a digital nomad? Is it once a year? Is it once in 5 years? Is it once in 2 months? You know what I
I
mean?
think if your job
Or a nomad?
yeah, just nomad.
if your job is not attached in any way to the country, like if you don't have a bank account in the country where you currently are, you can be considered a nomad because
So-
you can nothing holds you from moving to another country like next day. The more you are getting like connected to the local ecosystem, the more
Mhm.
you become independent on it, the less
Mhm.
you are digital nomad. I don't think there is a strict line.
But you should have a bank account somewhere.
Yes,
Right.
but it doesn't have to be.
So
Well, nomads they mostly travel in some underdeveloped countries where there is a lot of parties going on. Most likely you will not have a bank account in that country.
So this is the reason, right?
This is the reason. This is the true
Ah.
reason. There's a lot of party going on.
Parties, yeah. To catch up with all possible parties, Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are the best nomad parties? Is it
Uh,
the secret information?
from the places I've been, I think
It's outdated information.
it's Thailand and Cambodia.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have a list of questions, but let me see. So what do you think? How digital nomads are changing what is work nowadays? Like, is it like some trend of shifting like of understanding like what is just like work? Because work used to be 9 to 5 work most of the time,
Mhm.
and before it was like 9 to 10, whatever, right? But now it's like default work, and I think at least more than half of human population is working in this mode, right? But turns out digital nomadism is like creating a new way of work, right?
Yeah, so how they are changing, they are showing an example to other people that you no longer have to stay in the same city where you were born forever. So nomad is typically a freelancer who started moving to other cities, and if you have never tried this, it seems exciting and you want to try this. I mean, that by doing this, they show an example to other people that they can live better lives. by traveling alone.
How does it differ from like regular traveling and using couch surfing or other similar services like
That
like,
you always
work helpings or some kind of
Yeah, so normal travelers don't work during travels. When you're a nomad, you have normal schedule. Often it's 9 to 5, sometimes it's like a couple of hours per day, but you work regardless of where you are. So it's not as restful as vacation, but you see more in your life.
How about people who travel? I know I have a lot of friends who travel and they like work on the farm, do this thing called woofing, or just find the people and they kind of collaborate, this kind of single collaboration environment where they don't actually have like a job, but they have those random gigs in different places and they just take them and explore the countries as well. What is that? Is it like also kind of a nomadic lifestyle?
Sounds like nomadic lifestyle. Yeah, as long as they are not getting too attached to the country where they are.
By the way, talking about attaching to the country, so how about attachment to your childhood? I mean, like, will you lose this at some point? Like, just forgetting your home country, right?
No, you don't. You shouldn't forget.
What do you feel about it personally?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
About the place you go.
I think it's important memories because they defined who I am, but it doesn't mean that I should love it or be willing to live there again.
But let's say if you travel for 10 years and never return to your home country,
I think you should be visiting friends and relatives more frequently than once in a 10 years.
and actually this sounds like more beneficial because let's say if you're expat, right, or if you're like immigrant, in some cases, let's say you're waiting for a green card or whatever, you cannot return to your home country, right? But being digital nomad, you can return any moment, right? So
I don't think there is a definition for this.
But is this lifestyle is good for everyone then?
No.
Like,
It's not good for everyone.
Can you go back to Russia now?
yeah.
I can't. And even I can leave United States or next year maybe before
But
I
Can you come back to the United States after you go to Russia too?
No, I can leave. I can go to Russia because they arrest me. Of course, I lose my immigration case right here, but first reason they arrest me.
So I have a very important question. So how to choose the country? Like first country. So we have this interesting example here, which is a website built by one pretty famous digital nomad, and it's called Nomadlist, and I was going to try to use it today to be able to find like some destination. So what I like about this is that you have lots of filters here. So like, I don't know, highly educated, gay friendly, not racist, good healthcare, even like air quality.
yeah, I like the air quality.
It's important.
Like
Top grinder city.
Yeah, like many women, many men, like weather, of course, cost of living, internet.
Near Pieter levels.
Yeah. This is pretty interesting also. Also for expats, for families, for nomads. So let's try to select for nomads, and I'm just like very curious what it will suggest me. And let's say decent cost of living, and I want mild weather, and I want
I'm
fast
surprised that Berlin is still there
fast internet.
Because of what?
because of weather.
Yeah.
It sucks so hard.
It's not mild. Okay, so looks like Peter levels might need to update something.
So it's cold?
Yeah.
And I
know
want
it's like cloudy, right?
Same because
Can you change from Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Good question.
actually
Maybe it shows
yeah.
Or is it like a European troll?
Looks like it shows the weather filter applies to the current season of the year, so
Yeah, it should be
Currently
wise, right?
currently it's
Should be
hot
pretty
and
wise.
cold, but it's not the case.
I mean,
So, no
maybe
Zika
it's
virus.
different now.
Just put some salt and change Celsius to
And
Fahrenheit.
I want
Oh.
happy. It looks like only Berlin left.
The happiest place on earth.
Why?
Why?
So it's not bad, right? Berlin. So what do you think about Berlin as first destination?
I've been there once. I didn't like it. People seem to be much colder. I think it's a wrong city for the first destination of nomadism because it's a large megapolis with a lot of stuff going on. You will not have the feeling of being in some far away from civilization location. If you feel more like you're looking for a place to stay in a big city, versus when you travel in Thailand or Cambodia, you will actually find yourself in a jungle with a lot of wild people and monkeys, and there will be like a wooden cabins there with Wi-Fi or even work.
Good Wi-Fi.
Seems like a miracle. No, it doesn't always good, but it's completely different experience.
But it's like
Just
decent.
wait, before Elon sent satellites with internet.
So Google wanted to launch something like
And
that, right?
Facebook also, a lot of them. But all companies think about it and planning, but Elon will send it next year, maybe end of this year.
Ah, yeah.
First satellite.
Using their own rockets, right?
Yeah, of course.
So this is cool.
Because Google and Facebook have no own rockets.
So then you will need what? You will need some special router to connect to satellite, or just some special phone to get internet? Do you know?
I have no idea. It's maybe 5G. China tried to send 5G satellites.
So it's the same as just 5G, right?
But about Elon project, I don't know what kind of.
Was it this like Facebook rocket, the Falcon 9 exploded with the Facebook satellite on Earth?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
was half a year ago or so.
So they tried to launch this 5G
But
already.
Elon didn't let them.
You blow up
He
the
preferred to
rocket.
blow up the rocket.
Maybe it was intentional, yeah? He's in control now.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just a
it's control of
coincidence.
everything.
Just a coincidence.
What another question we have about nomads?
About nomads, let's check it out. So we have, how often should you change location? I think we answered this already, right?
No.
No, actually we didn't. I still have this question.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get back to it.
What
I
do you
kinda-
think? What
I
would
mean,
you think?
I ask like what like how often do you need to change location to be in status of a nomad, right? Because some people go to place, stay there for a year or 3 years.
Dude, I mean, what is really important is to stay focused and happy and fulfilled.
Right. Yeah.
More.
Like, what if, like, you know, some people go to a place and say, oh, I feel like it's click on me and I really attached to this place. Like, what is the reason, for example, Andre is here? I guess there is a certain reason that he looked and thought that this is beneficial reason and this is the reason why he's here. I know one of his reasons he mentioned the weather, that he said in the warm environment he
Yeah,
would
the
feel
weather is-
motivated enough to work and be productive.
No, I told that in colder environment it's easier to think, so this is why I prefer San Francisco to LA. I can't think clearly in warmer countries like Cambodia or Thailand.
But right now, if you go there right now, it will be like very hard to work, right?
Go where?
Let's say Thailand or Cambodia.
Currently it's a rain season there.
Rain season. Rain season is good for nomads, right?
No, nobody.
It's good
for work, though.
I mean, like, for
there's
work.
like 100% humidity everywhere. You can.
Hard
just
to
like
breathe?
sitting down there.
It's like even hard to breathe normally.
I don't know. I haven't been there in the rain season.
So you not
But
recommend
it
to
becomes
go.
really bad. Yeah, you can't move because of the
So
non-stop
okay,
rain.
so actually, what would be the country that you would recommend? Berlin is not good, right?
Yeah, I said Cambodia.
Right now.
Yeah. Oh, right now.
Yeah, let's say in the summer, just in the summer, right?
Maybe something in South America
Closer to.
where there is no rains.
So,
Or
so further from the equator, right?
yeah, I got invited to Argentina recently. I can remember. Should be good.
So right now because right now they have kind of like closer to winter season, right?
Yeah,
but-
but
but-
their winter is like our summer.
So let's meet up in Argentina. We're going to travel to South America in October. Spend quite a bit of time
I
there.
was thinking about starting from South America since we're here.
Yeah, but don't forget about such countries as Lithuania, for instance, right? It's also should
European
be.
country. Have you
You
ever
should,
visited
so I think it shouldn't be too close to your home
Aha.
How about Slovenia?
because you don't feel like
Slovenia.
It's hot.
you're far away.
I never been in Slovenia, but in high tech right now, it's very fast growing up. Like egg form trailer for life. We're absolutely separate with solar panels, with a wind generator.
Of the grid.
Yeah. I don't remember name of this project I posted before.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of interesting projects like flying cars, everything high-tech projects in Slovenia.
It's
I'm
going in
surprised.
Slovenia.
I'm surprised. And my first post about Slovenia and this car trailer, sorry. It's a shower inside, toilet inside, bed, it's everything all inclusive. And I said, what do you know about Slovenia? Everyone don't care about Slovenia, but I started interesting about Slovenia projects and startups. A lot of interesting startups in Slovenia.
Do you know that the first lady of this country is Slovenian? She's originally from Slovenia. And she came here as an immigrant
Oh, I know what
to
you're talking
America.
about.
Yeah.
I know one Serbian guy.
No, woman.
First
woman.
lady is I'm talking about Melania Trump. She's from Slovenia.
It's interesting
Yeah.
fact, right?
Interesting.
Nobody knows, yeah,
I
except
don't
for
care
Alexander,
about
what's going on.
sport of politician.
No, we're not gonna talk about politics. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about traveling. Yay!
No.
Elon Musk,
No
traveler.
political conversations.
Yeah. Okay, we have another question. Which are the most effective ways to ensure self-sufficiency when you are a digital nomad?
Okay, so this is actually important. I can cover this. have an account in more than one bank, preferably in more than one country. Because if you have the only one bank account and it gets locked for some reason, like somebody stole your credit card and conducted some fraudulent
Fraud.
transactions,
Mm-hmm.
Wells Fargo, for example, will ask you to show up in the branch in person
Oh,
and
Yeah,
with
it
your
will-
passport, and sometimes it's
Showstopper.
impossible, especially if all your money is sitting in that bank account and you can't even buy tickets to get away from that island, and they are asking you to show up in person and they don't care how.
Yeah.
It's my personal story with Wells Fargo.
Yeah, that's
So
important.
that
to
they
know.
basically left me without money on the island.
And-
So have more than one bank account in more than one country. Have all the cards with you. Make sure you can use online banking in all of those.
Is there any like a cool place online? I heard you told me about the Pioneer
Yeah,
account and all
yeah.
that. Like, I know there are a few places where you can keep your money kind of more
Yeah,
international.
Pioneer is not good for savings. They will let you keep up to 10k and.
Not for savings, just for like a cash, right? As you said.
Yeah,
that's
so
just with
Pioneer
emergency.
is a good way to receive to get paid, but I mean normal bank account in like first world country is better than Pioneer.
But not Wells Fargo, probably.
Yeah, not Wells
How
Fargo.
about like other money assets like PayPal or maybe even
PayPal is
cryptocurrency?
fine. Well, the problem with PayPal and Pioneer is that because they're much more restricted than full-scale financial institutions, so they will let you do less. For example, you can send wire transfers from your Pioneer account and PayPal, while if it's a Chase bank account, you can do wire transfers.
So it looks like you need to have at least two real bank accounts from major banks. Let's say American, right?
Yeah.
And you can have like
Can be
PayPal.
American, can be any other country, like Estonia allows you to open bank accounts online.
Yeah.
So any European country and American probably,
Mm-hmm.
but not. I don't recommend using Ukrainian banks because they will.
Yeah.
So the currency of the account should be dollar
Okay. Or euro.
or
Probably.
euro, and they should like you spend them easily.
Yeah, I tried to use a dollar account in Ukraine, and
They have a lot of restrictions.
yeah, it was
fake.
really.
It's not
Wait,
really-
wait.
It's not
I
really
had to
all account.
basically convert all my dollars into Ukrainian hryvnia and to lose all the money because of the currency course. Like
So there are a lot of banks that will let you open account.
no
online.
Ukrainian.
In
Absolutely.
even like online, not even like visiting the bank.
Yeah, in
right?
Estonia you can apply for their e-residency
Yeah.
without going to the country. It costs like $100,
Uh-huh.
and then using this e-resident ID, you can open a bank account also online without visiting
So-
the country.
Wow, it's really nice. And I heard about also some kind of startups that allow you to do banking, without visiting at all. But so far they are kind of limited to some particular European countries. So one was opened in Netherlands recently, and so
Yeah, there are a lot of such.
yeah, but they are not global.
Mhm.
Not all of them. How about like Stripe? will it help you?
No, Stripe is just a payment system.
Just to accept payments. It's different.
Yeah.
But also you can.
But do they keep your money in their?
No. No, you need to have a bank account.
Yeah.
So the best ways to accept payments are PayPal, Stripe, PayPal and Payoneer.
Mm-hmm. And then you transfer.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How about stocks too? Like you can nowadays you can have apps or banks that you can sell and trade stocks, like even with the Robinhood, right?
Yeah, but it's not helpful for receiving payment for freelance work.
Yeah, receiving payments. But as I said, like as an emergency case, if you have money and you need to buy a ticket to fly somewhere else.
Well, it's gonna take a week to cash out from brokerage account, and you need to have a bank account to cash out anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I pay, like, let's say, where can I spend my bitcoins if I have them?
So there are a lot of companies who offer you debit card connected to your Bitcoin wallet that will convert Bitcoin to dollars automatically
During when you pay.
wherever you pay. So you can spend Bitcoin anywhere where credit cards are accepted.
That's interesting.
Actually, right now Bitcoin just hit 2,000 yesterday, right?
Yeah, next milestone is 10,000.
So looks like
Next
you
year.
are recommending to buy Bitcoins now still, right?
No. And you should not invest more than you're not afraid to lose.
Okay. So yeah.
so-
Like investment is your separate account.
Because a lot of things can happen to Bitcoin network. Like it's a high risk investment. Read the rules about doing high risk.
That's right.
Read the best practices about high risk investments.
Yeah, it's just very very hot right now. Like people are super mad. What's going on? Like why I bought like Bitcoin for $100 and sold for
It's
200.
interrupted again.
Okay.
I think it's just little
Poor computer.
It's just a video stream. That I think the sound is still fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Okay, now it should work.
It's just a рекламная пауза.
So
It's
Wine
wine break.
It's a wine break.
she's getting.
Actually, a pretty good wine. I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
It's Zinfandel. It's a good one.
Okay.
Our sponsor is Vince.
It's sponsor.
Let's drink for our sponsor and for meeting here.
Yo, cheers.
You don't, do you drink?
You don't want? Okay.
Maybe
don't
some
drink
water. We can have wine and water today.
Or tea.
We're allowed.
Then you,
Okay, so I have a very interesting question.
Grace.
Very interesting question. So the trend of digital nomading, how is this from the perspective of the home country again? So not from the perspective of the nomad who left the country, but how is it from the perspective of country? Because you can tell about country is losing intellectual people, but in the same time these people are getting more and more interesting and intellectual and wise, and they might return to the country and they might invest their time and efforts to develop their home country, or maybe not.
I don't think so. First, I don't think that countries are losing people who convert to digital nomads. I mean, normal immigration, work-related immigration is much
Higher. Yeah.
than
I mean,
nomads.
digital nomad is not that popular as just immigration. I think
Yet.
people just living for work.
What if it will become like a super huge trend?
No, it's
hard to
a
believe.
very special lifestyle that is not a good fit for everyone.
But it's being promoted very actively right now, and the community is growing pretty fast. But you're talking, it's still less than 1% of population, let's say.
It's
course,
much less than one. That's why I estimate that there are maybe.
But it's not many intellectual people in country, right?
So there are like maybe 1,000 total of digital nomads from Ukraine, while immigration is like a couple of 100,000 people per year.
But I'm talking about people like Elon Musk. He left his country, right? So right now he's bringing his intellectual resources to America, not to his country.
He's just an immigrant, right?
Yeah, but he's not nomad, right? But I'm talking
He
just...
started like nomad. He been in Canada and clean set fire. Or how it's coming?
Fireplace.
Fireplace pipes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
His first job?
In Canada.
I thought he studied in Canada, right? He graduated from a university there.
It's
Yeah,
a
but this is-
first time. It's a survival job.
Yeah, but this is what students do here.
Clean pipes.
Yeah, when they, like
Sorry,
all
I
kinds
mixed
of
it up.
kinds of shitty jobs they do while they're
Done
students,
dishwashing.
yeah.
That's what's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty okay, even among like high ranked universities.
So yeah, like I'm talking about even if
Pretty
country
common.
loses just one Elon Musk, it's still a big, very big, you know.
PT.
Yeah.
It's
You
just
know?
okay. It's like from economics perspective, it's a pity for a country, but for humanity,
Human race overall. Yeah, but like the question was about like the countries, you know, countries.
Okay.
Point of view.
I
Answer.
think
What's the highest level for Elon in UR?
right. So it's, I was going
Tesla, SpaceX, come on. Director of any factory or plant or maximum is president
shoe
of
factory,
even president.
president,
Why
no
not?
dictator, you know.
Even that will be not very interesting.
But,
It's like-
but it's not. It's only about country, not about human mankind. How it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mankind,
was going
yeah.
to say the same, that in
Humankind.
some countries something like SpaceX or PayPal is just impossible because of there are not people there who can, there are no personnel for the company, no,
Second
no
hero
qualified workers.
is Tesla. Tesla, who is Tesla?
The guy,
Yeah,
yeah, he was also here.
Serbian. Or Yugoslavian.
Yeah, all of these guys, even the dude that counted the trajectory from Earth to Moon, he was actually a Jewish Ukrainian, and yeah, his brochure about this trajectory was used in America by Americans.
And smartest people looking not for sweetie life for yourself. Smartest people look an opportunity for his projects.
Smart people look for other smart people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
So
It's
they
the reason why I leave Manhattan and fly to California.
This is another interesting topic. As like the person who constantly moves and like seeking for different opportunities, you also seek for people who are like-minded and try to follow up with like different communities. Because it's just by yourself, it's just doesn't
Seeking
make
for
sense.
your community,
Right.
Yeah.
of the strange people who share your values and who
But you know, like some people still
are able to understand you.
still return to home countries and they try, let's say, to work in government, trying to fix the
sure,
country and stuff.
Fix the country.
Yeah, and sometimes they fail, sometimes they succeed a little bit, right? Let's say in Ukraine, they recently launched pretty good system of governmental, you know, like orders called Prozoro, right? And I think this was launched by a guy who is like pretty digital nomadic hipster programmer, developer. And so he decided to invest his pretty big amount of life for this, and he achieved good results. He really changed the country to better.
You're talking about Lasha?
I'm talking about the guy who launched Prozoro.
Yeah, Lasha, I know the crowd.
Where's the Prozora?
It's like system that allows you to do public trades, you know,
Yeah,
like
so the main ideologist of this is Lasha. He's Georgian immigrant. I mean, he's been kicked out of the country because of the change of regime together with his political group.
so that's why he decided to
So
stay
the
in
first
Ukraine.
version of the system has been deployed in Georgia.
What does the system do?
What does it?
Let's say a big, you know, like factory wants to buy, you know, like on millions of dollars. Normally it's been not through the online, you know, public. It's been through some
Signing up papers and stuff?
yeah, corruption and stuff.
Oh.
So now
I am.
they established this
You know.
system, and now they say that they save like billions of hryvnias at least on
Because
this.
there are less people on the chain and the less people who want to like take the cut.
Yeah, also it's public, you know,
Yeah.
like
Ah.
so it's, everyone
This
can
version
go.
is done with the blockchain.
It's interesting actually,
This is why I know the crowd.
but not the current version.
No, the version that is launched in Ukraine is blockchain based.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So looks like blockchain is really, you know, like being implemented into even
but
government
as I
services.
told you, you will not know that you're using blockchain when you will be using it. Like next time you swipe credit card in a year, the transaction may go through Ripple network, but it's an underlying layer that connects banks that is not exposed to users.
Mm-hmm.
Ripple network is another blockchain.
Alright, some specialized network for kind of bank transactions. Okay, so this is good. Let's switch to very interesting question about pretty fun question about like positive and negative experience of being digital nomad. Some cool moments that you remember from your life. So who has?
Digital nomad.
Yeah, I have a lot of those experience. I mean, one of the most exciting one, I mean, the one that I remember is working from. So there was a festival in Ukraine, in Crimea. It was called. It was like after party of another large festival in Russia, Pustые холмы, and they've rented a summer camp and populated it with a couple of summer camp that was earlier used for children. So there was like a bunch of buildings there.
Wait, Crimea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this Soviet style summer
Yeah.
camp. Yeah,
So
that's exciting.
Yeah, they populated it. I mean, and the festival crowd came, and so the summer camp was filled with a couple of thousands of hippies and all sorts of musicians, artists, and so on. And it became basically a city of artists and musicians with own ecosystem, and all sorts of stuff going on, music playing 24/7.
Like Burning Man.
And that wasn't reoccurring.
For
right?
how long?
It was only one.
Yeah, it was.
That's
for,
cool.
for 2 weeks.
I like this one.
Oh,
And,
okay. Summer camp
wasn't
for
planned,
adults.
right?
it was planned in advance.
It's
But
like
not
after
that
party
big,
for
like
the
Woodstock,
festival
first
Pustые
Woodstock.
холмы
Yeah.
in Russia.
No, this
Kinda.
one was planned, so it's irrelevant. And I was working from there, from this like summer camp, where I shared the room with a bunch of like random people from all over the place. So I was working like 4 hours in the morning, and then once I was getting outside of the building, I was finding myself in like Psytrance festival. So it was pretty cool experience.
Working on festival in
Yeah, you consider this a digital nomad experience. Still,
Yeah.
right? But it was still your home country, Ukraine.
At that point, I didn't live in one city longer than a couple of months, for more than a year.
So you started your digital nomad experience being in Ukraine. Still,
Yeah,
right?
I've sold all my stuff that didn't fit in the car and started moving to a new city every couple of months.
This is actually a very interesting point because not many people kind of see this from this perspective, you know, like I'm from Russia, but I didn't explore that many places in Russia.
Mhm.
And the moment I realized that when I came here to America, right, and then I like, oh shit, like there's so many places here in America, and I like go all these places and it's all interesting, and then I like stop and think like there's also many cool places in Russia that I've never been to, and the Russians this freaking huge country,
Yeah.
and then
Just hugest.
Yeah.
you know, and there are very, very like a lot of interesting places and cultures that you can visit there. Like go up north, or you know, just all the way to the east. And
I've been.
Yeah.
I've been in White Sea. It's a name of Grimiha. It's a secret military navy base of submarine, nuclear submarine in near It's not near Murmansk, but Murmansk area.
East Russia, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's it's east. It's west and north. It's
West and north.
White Sea
Oh,
between
West, yeah.
Bering and White Sea.
Sure. But all the way to
Not
the
Bering,
north.
not Bering.
Mhm.
White and Archangelsk. I don't remember.
So how can you go
Barents,
there?
Barents,
Did you
Barents.
like?
Ah, Barents more.
Do you need like a license to go there?
Or like, do you go by train, or how you like? Because some
No,
of the
it's my
places-
childhood. My father is military officer.
Oh, I see.
I jumped from base to base.
But you can only get there by airplane, right?
By airplane. I
Yeah.
hate the trains. I love
I
airplanes.
don't think that you can
And-
go up north there by train. I think there.
No, you can go to Murmansk by train.
Mm.
But for what place? It's named Grimiha. It's a huge dot on secret military maps all the world. United States also, because it's a military navy base. And by airplane, like not airplane, by helicopter or by ship only. It has no roads.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a power
yeah.
tundra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've been in Yamal area. It's oil and gas fields in Siberia, and I work like transport dispatcher, just for fun, for travel. It's a same thing. It's nomading, but it's nomading for adventure. You change a job. I've been a chairman of political party, and I've been a dispatcher on polar tundra because it's interesting. I want to saw aurora borealis.
And
Yeah,
it's also
realities.
like I think what's different here that by doing the local jobs and like you actually can see and meet people and people from that environments that like closely attached to it and they are like all local. And by just like traveling and doing some digital jobs, you don't necessarily experience that. And I think this is what's exciting about doing like a local job somewhere, or kind of connecting with the local community. That
I
it's
vote
give you
for
this
local
experience.
jobs. I definitely go for local jobs here because this is the only way I can get like all the understanding about the language, culture, all sorts of things that are going on.
And this
Yeah.
connects with nomadism perfectly
Yes.
still.
Yes.
Right?
I know experience from guys in Russia. We live in, for example, in Siberia or Central Russia, and go to Kamchatka for prepare fish, like sailors or like fishermen, and just for fun, just same like me to tundra. It's a job. It's of course it's a job, but it's amazing nature. And in the United States it's popular also. My lawyer tell me about his friend. She's a doctor. He is a guy. Yeah, he's a doctor, and his wage like American doctor. It's not about money, but every summer he go to Alaska and go to like sailor last 10 years maybe, and fisherman at the ships.
So he just goes to
And
fish.
his wife prepare refrigerator for summertime, make a huge barbecue, bring all neighborhoods because his husband returned after a couple of months.
No, cool.
And it's too much fish, and we have a previous fish from previous location.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And last month maybe I wrote a post about it. You must change kind of work because it's training your neurons, your synapse. Change absolutely like 180 degrees. If you've been a doctor, been a sailor in Alaska. If you've been a lawyer, been an electrician.
And a farmer.
Yeah,
Farmer.
a farmer, everything.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a sailor also.
So what is the reason why you started to write your blog? Because I know you have this a huge history of blog posts online. Right?
It's starting 10 years ago. Just
How did you make that decision? Why it's you've been continuing that for 10 years? That's crazy.
Yeah, I just like writing. My readers like my writing.
Because I know a lot of people, they want to like, I want to start my blog, and they just like write in one blog post, like including myself. I'm just like, I just don't feel interested anymore.
It's of course it's starting maybe a couple of years ago, like for myself, but I got feedback, and I started writing, and I got auditory.
How was it helpful for you? Like you said start doing it for yourself. How was it helpful for you? You said you were doing it for yourself at the beginning.
It's just one of website in the small network in my Tomsk area. Tomsk, it's an interesting city. It's a student city. It's same like Boston maybe in the United States. It's a student city. It's a lot of university, a lot of research centers, and you see in the bus and listen talking about Sartre and Camus existentialism in French, and different part about quantum theory and theory. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's interesting. And it's a huge and large and biggest and first network in the city in Russia. We have our torrent, 2005, 2003 maybe. Tomsk have our torrent. Tomsk have a peer-to-peer, a lot of chats, a lot of Mirk IRC channels, special websites, except all internet, just Tomsk. you can live in Tomsk internet 2 years and you don't need a special internet because you have everything from
Is there special Google Tomsk trends?
Tom's Google.
Tomsk search trends.
Yeah. That's everything
Cool.
have in Tomsk before.
Yeah. So by the way, do you believe like there is some hypothesis about also work and nomadism? So the thing is that you can just like join any project that you want and you like without let's say official process of hiring whatever, right? Let's say you said like you've been, let's say like a scientist whatever, and then you become a sailor, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't know anything about how to do sail,
Absolutely.
right? But just because you want, and they might take you with them. And then the opposite. Let's say you've been only sailor,
No,
and then you want to build rockets, right?
I finished my election campaign in the Rus, of course, in Russia in 2010, and I want to go to license for ship
Uh-huh.
because I have a small ship from my grandpa.
Mhm.
He's died,
Mhm.
and I have a ship. It's for Ob River, and I need at the stand I need a license. I started looking for opportunity and go to school, and he say talk with teacher, with director, and he say, why you need just license for this one? Maybe you need any course. But I'm asked about it. But what program you have? And he say this one. I say, it's look interesting. What's the name? It's a Hellman and motorist. It's the same program. It's a two license, one program.
Mhm.
Hellman, Krolevoi, and Motorman.
Mhm.
It's interesting and it's cheaper. I say, okay, I got it.
Mhm.
And I start learn with teacher, with students. Everyone been in the fleet. It's same course for beginner
Mhm.
and for advanced.
Mhm.
Everyone was advanced except me,
Mhm.
and I listened a lot of fleet stories.
Mhm.
Wow, it's romantic, it's interesting. And after I finish at March,
Mhm.
I start looking a ship for myself and company for myself.
Mhm.
And it's you know how it's happened. You tell about it, about opportunity. How often you must change a place? Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in Kiev.
Yeah.
2 months I live in Kiev, 2015.
Mhm.
I look in the YouTube and press conference with Michael Saakashvili.
Mhm. Mhm.
After 20 minutes I stopped and started looking at how involved his team and fought against corruption and make reforms
Okay.
in Odessa. And after 1 week I leave Kiev and go to Odessa.
And join.
Can I shake your
Energy.
hand for this? Thank you.
Yeah. And
Thank
me
you.
also. Yeah. This is really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
while we're laying on our couches like this guy was trying to do something for Ukraine, and this is good.
So yeah, we actually are reaching the end, and so I think this was really cool as a start of our conversation, and this is very hot topic, and like this is really life changing and lifestyle changing topic right now, and people are being very interested. Like community is growing, and yeah, I think we'll try it out very soon, and we'll continue this conversation from, let's say, Thailand or whatever, and you will have a little bit different view. But yeah,
This is the best view, dude. The
yeah,
kitchen view.
it will be just different.
The
The
kitchen
best
view.
party all happened in the kitchen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
kitchen in Thailand, or
Any kitchen.
or you said Argentina, right?
Argentina.
Argentinian kitchen.
Argentina.
Yeah. Going with Andre to Argentina.
Yeah, it's an interesting plan. So yeah, like
Just one question: is it possible to travel as a group of nomads, or is it impossible?
We leave it as an open question, okay?
Okay, so we're discussing.
so please answer in your comments what do you
Yeah.
think about that.
Do you think about community traveling? What do you think about it?
Yeah, see you
Thank
very
you
soon.
for
Thank you.
being with us. Bye.